This is the 5th annual Fort Ord Warhorse Day.
My grandchildren, my children have come here over the years. It's just been great.
This event is wonderful because it brings together historians, reenactors, and cavalry and mounted artillery history buffs, as well as people who just love horses or wonder what in the world this is all about.
Fort Ord historically has been the home and a training base for hundreds of thousands of soldiers coming through, either stationed here with the 7th Division or conducting their basic training. This day today, honoring the cavalry, honoring the horse-mounted soldier, is a tremendous event to demonstrate what history has existed between Fort Ord and the community here in Central California.
When we put on events out here and people come out and learn what their heritage is, it adds a lot of enrichment to the community.
I told her she would find me in the U.S. Cavalry. Hi-ho, down they go, there's no such word as can. We're riding down to hell and back for Ulysses Simpson Grant.
The significance of today is the return of the 11th Cavalry horse-mounted detachment to the Fort Ord, Monterey area. For many years, the 11th Cavalry Horse was stationed at the Monterey Presidio, which is now the Defense Language Institute. Today, the horse detachment from the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment from Fort Irwin, California, is returning to Fort Ord and will be riding as part of the activities of today's event.
While it's not a primary means of transportation for us in the Army anymore, we maintain our historical roots with the cavalry soldier. So it's great to have him up here, and we hope to get him back up here next year.
What I liked is the convergence of things, where we had the old working, going to battle cavalry represented by Sergeant McDonald, who was an active cavalryman in early World War II, and then we had the modern ceremonial cavalry that is still continuing that history, coming back to us after 75 years, participating in our event and thinking it's important to them and their regimental history. I liked that a lot, and the tacking up demo and the Civil War guys going by and the Buffalo soldiers with the Indian Wars uniforms. I think that we created a robust sense of the cavalry through time and the different aspects of it.
Mr. McDonald told me today that he's 92 years old and he's planning on living to be 100. My husband took his basic training here in 1964. I always would see Mr. McDonald, and I confessed to him that when I would see him, he always looked mad or mean, and he laughed at that. Having him here, having his memory later on is going to be very important to what goes on here.
The Friends of the Fort Ord Warhorse does a very important service to the community here by preserving and gathering the memory of what has happened on this very spot in defense of our country in the past, so that we don't forget either the contributions of the many veterans that served here or the capabilities and exploits of the cavalry and mounted artillery that were stationed here in our very recent past.